European football clubs are doubling down on the U.S. market. Soccer team AC Milan is partnering with sports and entertainment data management firm Kraft Analytics Group to capitalize on its American exposure. Join us now, Gerry Cardinale, founder and chief investment officer at Redbird Capital Partners, which owns AC Milan and has stakes in the Toulouse Football Club and Fenway Sports Group. And Jessica Gelman, CEO of Kraft Analytics Group. And we've gone over the hump. It's ready. The United States is ready now. Would you say that, Jessica? We're finally there. That there's an appetite for a lot more soccer.
The globalization of sports is really here, and the ability to watch, as you were just talking about, on TV or on YouTube TV, games at any point in time of the day is really made sports accessible, especially Premier League sports and soccer, to fans in the United States. And I think what AC Milan and Gerry are doing with this U.S. tour is really phenomenal. We're so proud to partner with them on their use of data and analytics. You know, this concept, so many organizations focus on Moneyball on the team side, but to have this broader view to focus on Moneyball on the team side, on the business side, that's really where we specialize and have pioneered this use of analytics. And big kudos to Gerry for recognizing that and engaging us to support their efforts, specifically here, but also in Italy.
For some reason, Gerry, there's a notion that do we see, before we had European soccer here, do we see world-class soccer? Is there an appetite for, because I always feel like a little bit of envy of what I hear from my friends that are just fanatic fans of some of the teams over in Europe. But just, I don't see the same thing happening with the U.S. league and the U.S. teams.
Look, I think the guys at Major League Soccer have done a phenomenal job, but they've been held back by the fact that the players in the U.S. ecosystem aren't in the world ecosystem. And until you've got that commingling of players in their prime, not on the verge of retirement, coming to America and being part of that system, it's going to be very difficult. You know, with technology now, you get these games in Europe live, and kids are growing up seeing that quality of play. So, you know, that's part of the reason for us making the effort to do these friendly tours in the U.S. is there is tremendous demand out of America for European football. And so this is a really important opportunity for us. You know, we're 2 years into owning AC Milan. Our goal is to bring it back to the world stage. We have 550 million fans worldwide. We've got 50 million fans in America, and we want to lean into that.
550 versus 50. So I was trying to say it nicely. So you were really blunt. So these are just a bunch of guys past their prime, but you don't think that the level? I know Jessica's laughing. You don't. The level up to this point hasn't been the quality that European fans see.
It's hard for it to be that way because, you know, most of the players go to the European system, you know, and there's no salary cap in the European system. They play by different rules. You know, there's the transfer market, there's relegation. It's a very different ecosystem. And, you know, there's been an arms race in Europe, particularly for talent, for the players. And that's why you see sovereigns and corporations and, you know, institutions, frankly, investing in European football. It will come in the U.S., but there's a lot more that needs to be done in terms of attracting on a more consistent basis players in their prime. You know, we benefited AC Milan. Ironically, you know, one of our most iconic and popular players is Christian Pulisic, you know, who's, you know, often referred to as Captain America. And, you know, he's done a phenomenal job over there. So, you know, it cuts both ways. You know, the fact that Christian came out of the U.S. system and is able to perform at the level that he's performed across Europe and now with AC Milan, you know, is a testament to, you know, what the U.S. is doing, but there's more ways to go.
Jessica,
Joe,
go ahead, Jessica. Yep.
Yeah, I think the main thing is that in Europe, the players learn is through these club systems. So they're kind of embedded very early on. I mean, sometimes as early as 5 or 6, where they're starting to have exposure to the teams, and that's really only started in the United States and MLS over the last decade or so. But it's very prominent now, and so you have these homegrown players in the United States, where historically most sports in the United States have gone through the collegiate system, and so that is a net new element in the United States. So it is a generational effort, but I agree with what Gerry is saying, that it's going to take some time. But I do think with MLS past its 25th year and with the global exposure they have now with their Apple TV deal, there should be increasing awareness. You also have to remember, not only are we seeing in the United States the European teams, but also there's the opportunity for fans in Europe to see the U.S. teams. But that said, Gerry's point on the 50 million U.S. fans for AC Milan, I mean, realistically, especially with Pulisic over there now, I mean, that's almost their second largest fan base. And that's pretty remarkable.
Joe, I want to lean into something Jessica said, which is, data analytics, which is the heart of our partnership with Kraft Analytics Group. And Jessica, typically has been around the players on the field in Moneyball. But there's a data and data analytics that is applied to off the field. And I've been watching this for the last 15 years. When Jessica and the Kraft family started Kraft Analytics Group 15 years ago, they were onto something in terms of the value proposition to the fan. I mean, sports is a multi-billion-dollar industry now, and that is driven by the value proposition to the fan. Most people think that the values that are being driven in sports is only around the media revenues. Well, the new frontier is going to be the monetization of the live event. And, when 15 years ago, when Jessica started Kraft Analytics Group, we created a company called Legends Hospitality with the Yankees and the Cowboys, really to monetize, that fan experience in those two stadiums. And then 6 years after that, we created a company with the NFL called On Location, doing the same thing. So this has been sort of a 15-year journey.